and building cars and building self-driving cars and figuring out where the future of cars is going to go, and has broken every rule in building cars, and somehow managed to have created just an amazing company. I still remember the first car I bought from him. My only question for Elon at the time was, are you going to be around to service this car if something happened to it? And he says, no, trust me. And look what happened. What an amazing achievement. I have all 3 versions of his cars. It just gets better and better. Not only does it get better and better, each version gets better and better. It just delights me to no end when I get an OTA in the morning. You know, and I read it and oh wow, all these features, I didn't even pay for it. You were quoted as saying that artificial intelligence is more dangerous than your weapons. And
that's it, potentially.
And well, it goes on. It goes on.
It does go on.
You say that it's like summoning the demon.
Could be.
How do you consolidate, rationalize the conflict between artificial intelligence, of course, deep learning that obviously is going to be very important to self-driving cars? How do you think through that?
Well, I don't think we have to worry about autonomous cars, because that's sort of like a narrow form of AI. And it's not something that I think is very difficult, actually. I think to do autonomous driving to a degree that's much safer than a person is much easier than people think. I think it's going to just become normal. Like, it'll be like an elevator. Like, they used to have elevator operators. And then we developed some simple circuitry to elevators just automatically come to the floor that you're at, and you can just press the button. Nobody needs to operate the elevator. The car is just going to be like that.
And the elevators these days are even smart. I mean, it knows where to position an elevator, so that if you were to need an elevator, it's pretty close to you. Cars in the future will be pretty smart about that too.
Yeah, you'll be able to tell your car, like, take me home, go here, go there, anything. And it'll just do it. And an order of magnitude safer than a person. And in fact, in the distant future, I think it's probably going to be, people may outlaw driving cars because it's too dangerous. Like, you can't have a person driving a 2-ton machine.
Now, if we have the right type of intelligence in a car, we also don't have to make the cars that heavy. I would think. You know, cars are getting heavier and heavier, and it's got more and more stuff in it because it needs to survive all these incredible collisions and things like that. I wonder if we were to design cars that just simply don't collide as much. I wonder if we could relax on some of those laws and make cars more fuel efficient and lighter and better to drive.
You could definitely do that. If you could count on not having an accident, then you can get rid of the future of the crash structure, the airbags. We're a long way from that, because there's always going to be for a very long time, there'll be some amount of legacy cars on the road.
You know that the greatest breakthrough in modern AI, of course, deep learning, and it enabled great progress. But another incredible breakthrough is something that humans know and we practice all the time, and we just invented it for language models called grounding, reinforcement learning human feedback. I provide reinforcement learning human feedback every day. That's my job. And for their parents in the room, you're providing reinforcement learning human feedback all the time. Okay. Now, we just figured out how to do that at a systematic level for artificial intelligence. There are a whole bunch of other technology necessary to guardrail, fine-tune, ground. For example, how do I generate tokens that obey the laws of physics? You know, right now things are floating in space and doing things, and they don't obey the laws of physics. That requires technology. Guardrailing requires technology. Fine-tuning requires technology. Alignment requires technology. Safety requires technology. The reason why planes are so safe is because, you know, all of the autopilot systems are surrounded by diversity and redundancy and all kinds of different functional safety and active safety systems invented. I need all of that to be invented much, much faster. You also know that the border between security and artificial intelligence, cybersecurity and artificial intelligence, is going to become blurrier and blurrier. We need technology to advance very, very quickly in the area of cybersecurity in order to protect us from artificial intelligence. And so in a lot of ways, we need technology to go faster. A lot faster.
With respect to